Hey guys, Melissa here, and today I am going to be reviewing all the Mage cards for the new expansion Rise of Shadows coming out April 9th. I haven't looked at all these cards, so you're going to get my first impression of them. I've seen a few, but I'm excited. Mage is one of those classes that was always like my first class I ever learned. It was my first love. You know, I love Jaina. So I always get excited to see Mage. Where Mage is going for upcoming expansions. Today was the second live reveal stream from Hearthstone, and they came out with a pretty cool Tempo Mage that I liked, and I think Tempo Mage could see some action in the upcoming future. So let's look at these new cards. Again, I like to start out with the legendary cards first. So let's start off with Khadgar. Khadgar is a 2-mana 2/2. Your cards that summon minions summon twice as many. This card looks awesome. Now with Mage, they've always slightly done this like double minion thing, but always super subtle. And it seems like this expansion, they're really going for it. Like, hey, this is going to be like very twin oriented deck where you get 2 of all the minions. I really like this card. I like that it's small, 2-mana 2/2. The fact that it's small means you can do something on your turn with it, which is really cool. I've looked at some of the other Mage cards already and know that there's synergy there. And I can't wait to play around with this card. I think it's awesome. I'm a fan. Thumbs up. Dig it. Second legendary from Mage also gets a huge freaking thumbs up. Kalecgos. We've talked about this card already, but I'll talk about it again because looks super sick. It's a 10-mana 4/12. 10 mana, super expensive, but let's get into it. Your first spell each turn costs 0. So if your opponent can't get rid of this minion, you get a free spell. So you can Flame Strike your heart out for free. You can Pyroblast for free. That means you could Pyroblast for free and then have a second Pyroblast in your hand. That's also another 10 damage. That's 20 damage in one turn. That's insane. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this card. It's a 4/12, so keep in mind that's a hard card to remove. Not a ton of ways to remove it. 12 health is very meaty, so I think this is a great card. Also, it has a battle cry. Battle cry, discover a spell, so you can discover something and play it that turn because that's going to be the first spell you play because it's a 10-mana card. Love it. Yeah, huge thumbs up from me for this card here. Okay, let's get into some of the other cards. I like to normally go in order. Yeah, so let's just start from the beginning. Kirin Tor Tricaster. Hope I'm saying that right. Kirin Tor Tricaster is a 4-mana 3/3 with lots of math involved, man. It has +3 spell damage, which seems amazing. But you have to keep in mind your spells cost 1 more. So when you're doing your lethal math, you have to add 3 spell damage per card you use. But then you have to consider every spell you play costs 1 more. So if you're thinking about playing 2 Fireballs, those are going to be 5-mana Fireballs. But they're going to do 9 damage. So that's 18 damage for 10 mana if that card sticks. So this card's super cool in my opinion. Obviously works really well with the 3/2 that reduces your spells by 1 because then it makes all your spells just the normal cost. There is currently a 4/3 that does +2 spell damage. So this is, slightly better but slightly worse because of the cost of the spell. I don't know how to judge this card so far because it's like some of it seems super OP to me, but I feel like once you play with it in a deck, it could feel super heavy, like you can't actually play it. So that's my fear, is that when you play it, it's like you can't do anything else and you're just like, no. So I'm gonna say maybe I need to test this card. It feels like it might be too heavy, but it's still cool. I love it. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this frog. Magic Dart Frog. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to a random enemy minion. So this card reminds a lot of people of Flamewaker. Flamewaker was a 2/4 that I believe did 2 damage to 2 random enemies. This will guarantee the hit a minion because it specifies minion. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy minion. It's only 1 damage as opposed to Flamewaker, that was 2. But if this beast sticks around, super cool stuff can happen. I'm a fan of the card. I hope it works. I hope Safari Mage continues. Alright, we got a twin spell. Conjurer's Calling. I love the artwork of this. It's super cool, super glittery, yeah. Twin spell. Destroy a minion, summon 2 minions of the same cost to replace it. So let's say you have a minion on board. You destroy your minion and you get 2 minions of the same cost to replace it. Now let's say you have a 2 mana minion. You kill it, you get 2 more 2 mana minions, and one of them's a Doomsayer. That's the 0/7, right? Or is that Doomguard? I think it's Doomsayer, right? 0/7 that will destroy your board. You're like, oh no. Well, now this is a twin spell. You can use this twice in 1 turn. Kill that 0/7, create 2 more minions, and now you have 3 minions, right? Because you killed 1, created 2, killed 1, oh god, created 2. Now you have 3 minions. I think this card's cool. It's flexible. It builds a board. Now keep in mind what I just said. You killed a minion to create 3 minions for 6 mana. And they're 2 each. So it's pretty standard. So maybe it's not that great. But it's flexible and fun. Yay for fun. Average for gameplay. That's what I'll say about that. Next card is a 1 mana spell, Magic Trick. Discover a spell that costs 3 or less. So this, in my opinion, works really well with the frog because it's a low cost spell and then it makes the frog do a damage. And then you get to discover a, for sure, cheap spell. And then you can probably res that spell right away because you just got a cheap spell. And then the frog gets to go again. So this would work really well in some sort of tempo mage deck where you run a lot of small cost cards. I like Magic Trick. I think that's a good design build. I'm a fan. There's not that many low cost spells right now. I'd have to get into it, but there's probably some good ones. Arcane Missiles, the Starfire is a good one. Like it. Alright, this next card is Mana Cyclone. 2 mana, 2/2 elemental. For each spell you've cast this turn, add a random mage spell to your hand. Oh, that works really well with the Magic Trick. For each spell you cast this turn, add a random mage spell to your hand. So you could just do a few spells, play this, get more value. Seems fun. I like it. Now again, this would have to be in a Tempo Mage deck, and 2 mana 2/2 is not that strong. It is an elemental, so it has some elemental synergy. I'm gonna say, It seems fun. It seems fine. It doesn't seem very overpowered, which makes it okay. But I like it. I like the thought of it. But for now, it's getting missed from me. Maybe. Next card, Ray of Frost, another twin spell. Alright, so Ray of Frost twin spell. Freeze a minion. If it's already frozen, deal 2 damage to it. So you get to use this twice because it's a twin spell. You get to use them both in 1 turn, or you could use them separately in different turns. But it freezes a minion. And then if it's already frozen, deal 2 damage. So let's say you freeze a minion, and then you use the twin spell version to deal 2 damage to that minion. I think this card is really good flexibility for freezing random minions, and then getting your frog to go off, getting your Mana Cyclone to give you a bunch of stuff. I like this for that like tempo mage we're talking about. Again, I don't know how strong this deck would be in competitive, but I think this deck would be fun. And decent. I think it could be a decent deck, not like a crazy overpowered deck though. Unless it had like more synergy up and coming. Messenger Raven. I like this card. It's a 3-mana 3/2, so stat line is kind of not the best stat line. For 3 mana, you want it to be at least a 3/3. Battlecry Discover a Mage minion. This could be super awesome because let's say you're facing a tempo deck. You need to find small minions that can help you in the early game. Or let's say you're facing a big scary deck, like a control deck or something. Then you want something more like Kalecgos. You might be able to discover that big Kalecgos minion that is strong. So super flexible card. I could definitely see this in a control deck because it helps you pick up minions that you need based on the situation. I like the design of this card. Super duper thumbs up from me. I definitely like it in standard. I know that arena people say 3 mana minions should be 3/3 to 3/4s or above, but I like the flexibility of it. Power of Creation. Now this card goes really well with Khadgar, so let's talk about Power of Creation. Power of Creation is discover a 6-cost minion and summon 2 copies of it. So there are some great 6-cost minions out there, and you get to have 2 of them. For example, there's the 6-mana 4/5 with Divine Shield and Taunt. Sunwalker, I believe her name is. And so then for 8 mana, you get 2 of them. Now keep in mind, Khadgar, your cards that summon minions summon twice as many. So if you have Khadgar out, you don't get 2 4/5 with Taunt and Divine Shield. You get 4 of them because you get double. So this is super awesome with that. Keep in mind this costs 8 mana, but you're getting a lot of value out of it. Super duper thumbs up for me. I love it. I think this card's awesome. I want to play around with it. I'm sad that Spiteful is going to be rotating out to Wild because that would be pretty cool with Spiteful. Doing a Spiteful Mage, but you know, maybe I'll test it on Wild. That is it for the Mage cards for the new expansion, Rise of Shadows, coming out April 9th. If you enjoyed the review, make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons. Don't hit this button though, hit just this one. And I will be doing more reviews of all the different classes, so make sure you check those out.